trying out the Turtle Wax headlight lens restorer kit. So let's see what happens. You can see the LS400 here, really cloudy headlights, cloudy marker lamps as well. I've gone ahead and pre-masked the car. Obviously my camera was running a little low down here, but whatever, it's going to protect it. So step one is washing the lights. So I'll do that and then check back in. All right, step two, lens clarifying compound. So what we do is we apply it, the microfiber or any kind of a cloth. I'm trying to do this left-handed. And it says if the headlight is clear, then you can proceed to applying the clear coat base coat. So I'm gonna work on this for a minute off camera and then we'll come back and see how it looks. So far, seems to be pretty good, but I'm gonna put a little more elbow grease into this and check back. So I decided just to do the driver's side first. You can see this one has not been treated, but I went ahead and did all the lights on this side with the compound. So let's see what happens. Wow. Not surprising. Huge improvement just with the clarifying compound. And I knew even just like the rubbing compound would have done this, which is essentially what it is. So it's just a polishing compound. I mean, that looks, I'd say that looks, 80% better without much effort at all. That looks really good. I'd like it to look better, so I think I'm gonna proceed. Let's see how this came out. Sorry if I'm huffing and puffing. Put a lot of elbow grease into this. Yeah, man, pretty good. Let's see how the marker lights came out. Dude, that's pretty good. I might stop there on this. And I got other stuff to do today. I don't want to spend all day restoring my lenses. Yeah, that's not very good. As I expected. Like I said, that might be good enough for today. I'll come back and do a better job later. Okay, so let's proceed to step two. All right, so the next step, we've got this spray lubricant. Blah. And then we've got this green pad, number 1, and then number 2, and then number 3, number 4. And so it's pretty straightforward. I may need both hands to do this, but let me see if I can set up something. All right, so I was trying to get a good camera angle, and instead I got this one. So we'll see what happens. So it says to use like the number 1 pad, which is the green one, and then use the spray lubricant. I don't know why I can't say that today. So I'm gonna get the pad wet, and then I'm just gonna kind of mist some on the headlight here. There's some spots over here where I had some tree sap eating up the clear coat. So I'm just gonna lightly kind of work on that. And the whole thing, if you've ever like clay barred or wet sanded or anything, like you just want to keep your surface wet and lubricated so that you're not burning any particular area. It's not rocket science, and you can kind of feel it, like it should be kind of smooth as you're sanding on it. And if it starts to feel kind of rough, then you're running out of lubrication. So I think what we're doing right now is just essentially kind of lightly scratching this lens. We just want to get all the oxidation off. So I think that's pretty good. And I don't think I'm going to do this one because it's looking It's looking pretty good, I think, already. So I'm gonna move to number 2, which is the back side. And again, just keeping the surface nice and lubricated. And this is gonna be kind of a finer grit. How's it going? So we're here on the number 2 pad. Gonna just kind of keep sanding a little bit. We don't need to do it for too long. It says for like a minute. You want to get like in the corners, which is a spot that's like hard to get, especially if you're using like a power tool. And there, I think that's pretty good. So now I'm going to wipe it. Just dry it off. Oh man, it's looking good. It's looking really good. Yeah. Now we're going to move to the, so we're going to use the number 3 and then the number 4. So it's not rocket science, it's just a little bit of effort. And again, I'm going to pre-wet my pad. I mean, we're essentially just wet sanding here. And if you just, you know, you don't have to press very hard. Just kind of feel it, you know. Just apply kind of some gentle pressure. Yeah. I think it says to do this for like a minute. I'm just gonna go until it feels generally smooth. Which, like, we're pretty much there. So I'm gonna squirt this down. I'll grab another towel. I think any kind of like auto detailing, it's kind of like math, you know, like when you're doing your math homework, you want to show your work. Don't be afraid to use paper. In this case, don't be afraid to use towels. Yo, it's starting to look pretty nice. And now let's move to the number 4 pad, final step in this process. Just get her good and lubricated, add some more to the pad, and go to town, I think, for about another minute. This is going to be like our finest grit polish. There's still, like, as you're doing this, you'll be able to feel, you know, some spots that like have a little resistance. So, you know, I think that's probably the spots you want to focus on. I don't know. I haven't done this before. I did the 3M kit 2-3 years ago on this car. Did a very fine job, but this is cheaper. And WatchJRGo made it look pretty great, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. Why mess with success, you know what I mean? Alrighty. I'm sure there's somebody screaming at their phone like, you missed a spot, or why are you doing it that way? I know, you're right. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and dry that off. I mean, man, even if I just quit right now, it would be 100% better than it was. But obviously we're not done. So hold your horses. And if you can see, we've got kind of a bunch of light scratching, which is to be expected after using sandpaper. So what it says to do next is we're going to use this lens clarifying compound again and basically like polish up the light. So I guess this clarifying compound basically smooths out all of those light scratches that we put in. It's just going to polish all that up. Now you'll notice I'm overlapping a little bit onto this marker light, and that's intentional, and it's because I overlapped a little bit with my sandpaper. So I want to make sure all of that gets polished. So now I'll take a clean part of my towel. We're going to just give that a little buff. It's a little bit of scratching right here. I can't tell if that's inside the light or outside. It's inside the light. So there's nothing I can do about that. But when I feel it with my finger, I mean, it is smooth. Smooth, smooth. All of this feels really, really good, as a matter of fact. So I think once we apply the clear coat, all of this is gonna look great. In the meantime, I'm going to do my lower marker lights and then the other headlight. For reference, there's the passenger side. I don't know what's in frame here. I hope that hasn't been there the whole time. Probably has. Oh well, my apologies. You'll get the idea. So that versus this. So I think definitely works. I'll check back in once I've completed. All right, so we've reached the point of everything's been done. It's been wet sanded. It's been hit with the compound. I did that down here, did that over here, and down here. So the next thing that happens is this, and then the sealing wipe. I'll check back once that's done. All right, so I just hit it with the lens base coat, and as you can see, that really did add a lot of clarity. There's still a little scratching right here. I don't know if, I mean, that's probably my fault, but whatever. We're gonna send it, so I'm letting this dry. You can see there. I do wish I had done a little bit better on the masking. This one came out really nice, really, really good. So I'm just gonna let that dry for about a minute, and then I'll hit it with the lens sealing wipe. I'm still wearing the included rubber glove, or plastic, you know, food service glove basically. So I'll check back. All right, my friends. Well, here we are at the end of the process. We've got the base coat and the sealer. Headlight looks pretty good. Same here. A couple imperfections, but you know, not bad, man. Not bad. These look noticeably better. It could be better, but all right. So overall impressions, cost of the kit, I think it was $7.99. Amazing. Love the cost. Super cheap. Super easy, you know, in terms of the instructions. You know, they're well written. It's all pretty easy to follow. Any moron could do this, I think. You know, are you gonna get a new headlight out of it, like WatchJRGo says? Nah, this is not a new headlight. This is a very passable headlight, especially for a 23-year-old car. So looks really good. I'm really pleased with the results. You know, you don't need any specialized tools. You don't even need to own a drill. Just a little bit of elbow grease and time, and these are the results. I think if I had worked a little harder, maybe on the side markers, that would have been good, you know, down here. But my care was just running kind of low, got to be honest. But I think what we ended up with is pretty okay. I was looking for, you know, 10 to 50% improvement, and I think I got 80 to 90% improvement. So so yeah, definitely recommend it. Is it the best way to restore headlights? Probably not. Is it one of the easiest and cheapest? Yep, most definitely. So I think if you take your time and you use enough towels and you mask carefully, this can really be a pretty great process. I mean, I did basically, I don't want to call it a rush job, but I wasn't, you know, I wasn't spending a ton of time on each lens because I got other stuff to do, man. I just wanted to improve like the visibility at night. And, you know, this is never going to be a show car. It has body damage and stuff. So, but you know, hey, it looks a heck of a lot better. So I'm pleased. Thumbs up on that. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share, like, all that good stuff. And, you know, stay tuned for more content. Take care.